everyone, in this class, we will learn the first part of single table queries. After defining the table structure, the table is initially empty. It is advisable to first add several rows to the table before performing data queries. Let's assume that we have already created 3 tables: student, course, and SC. We have also inserted several rows of data into each table. The contents of each table are shown on the screen. Data querying is the most frequent operation in a database. It is used to describe how to retrieve the required data from the database. The statement used for data querying is called a query statement, specifically the select statement. The select statement is used to retrieve data that satisfies certain conditions from one or more tables or views. The source of the data is the table or view, and the result is another table. Similar to relational algebra, both the input and output are tables. Database querying is a core operation in a database. The SQL language provides the select statement for querying databases, which offers flexible usage and rich functionality. The general format of the select statement is shown on the screen. The overall meaning of the select statement is as follows. Based on the conditional expressions in the where clause, it retrieves tuples that satisfy the conditions from the base table or view specified in the from clause. Then, based on the target expressions in the select clause, it selects attribute values from the tuples to form a result table. If there is a group clause, the results are grouped based on the values of the grouping columns. Tuples with equal values in the specified attribute column form a group. Aggregation functions are typically applied within each group. If the group clause is accompanied by a having phrase, only the groups that satisfy the specified condition are outputted. If there is an order clause, the results are also sorted in ascending or descending order based on the values of the specified sorting column. A single table query refers to searching for the required data within a source table. Therefore, in a single table query, the is less than data source table is greater than in the from clause only needs to provide the name of the source table. In many cases, users are only interested in a subset of columns in the table. In such cases, the select clause can be used with is less than target expressions is greater than to specify the attributes to be queried. In this example on the screen, the request is to retrieve the names and student IDs of all students. The order of the columns in the is less than target expressions is greater than may not necessarily match the order in the table. Users can change the display order of columns according to the needs of application. In this example, the names are listed first, followed by the student IDs, and the execution result is shown on the screen. There are 2 methods to select all attribute columns from a table. One way is to list all the column names after the select keyword. Another way is to use the asterisk multiplied by symbol to represent selecting all columns, as long as the display order of the columns matches the counterpart in the base table. In the example on the screen, the requirement is to retrieve detailed records of all students. We use the second method, and the statement used is select multiplied by from student. From the screenshot of the result, we can see that running this command retrieves the information of all students. The is less than target expression is greater than in the select clause can not only be attribute columns from the table but also expressions. In the example on the screen, the requirement is to retrieve the names and ages of all students. From the select statement on the screen, we can see that the second item in the is less than target expression is greater than is not a column name but a calculation expression. It subtracts the student's birth year from the current year to obtain the student's age. In this expression, year is a date function used to obtain the year, and current _ date is a function used to obtain the current system time. The execution result of this statement is shown on the screen. Users can change the column titles of the query result by specifying aliases, which is particularly useful for target expressions that involve arithmetic expressions, constants, or function names. In the previous example, an alias age can be assigned to the calculation expression in the second column. By modifying the statement accordingly, the execution result will show the column title of the second column as the alias age. When selecting only certain columns from a table, it is possible to encounter duplicate rows. For example, if we select only the department column from the student table, there may be multiple rows with the same department. To eliminate duplicate rows from the result set, we can use the distinct keyword. The distinct keyword ensures the uniqueness of rows by selecting only one instance of each duplicate row in the result set. From the screenshot of the execution on the screen, we can see that when selecting only the department column from the student table, the distinct keyword is used to eliminate duplicate rows in the result set. On the other hand, when the keyword Albanian Luku is used, all rows in the result set will be retained. If neither Albanian Luku nor distinct is specified in the select statement, the default behavior is to select all rows Albanian Luku. The tuples that satisfy certain conditions can be queried using the where clause. The table on the screen shows frequently used query conditions in the where clause. In the example, the requirement is to query the list of students in the Department of Computer Science. The condition listed in the where clause is stepped equals G1G. From the screenshot of the result, we can see that the relevant information of students in the Department of Computer Science from the student table has been retrieved. In this example, the requirement is to query the student IDs of students who have failed the exam. A grade less than 60 is considered a failing grade, and it is represented by grade is less than 60. The distinct keyword is used here so that if a student has failed multiple courses, their student ID will only be listed once. The execution result of the statement is shown on the screen, where it retrieves the grades of 2 students who have failed from the SC table. Fill in the blanks questions. 1. The SQL statement to query records in the student table where the name field starts with the character M and ends with the character D should be written as where name like %D. 2. The SQL statement used to query all records from a table is select multiplied by from table _ name. 3. When implementing a fuzzy search and the retrieved records contain the % and underline characters, these characters can be handled by using an escape character. For example, % can be processed as %. 4. The syntax of using the distinct keyword to eliminate duplicate values in the query result is select distinct column _ name from table _ name. 5. In the where condition of a select statement, the is null or is null keyword can be used to determine if a field's value is null. Multiple choice questions select one or more answer choices. 1. The correct descriptions about the select statement in MySQL are A. The select statement is used to query data from a data table, and the results are stored in a result table. B. The order of field display in the select statement result matches the order in the original table, and also matches the order specified in the select statement. C. The multiplied by wildcard in the select statement can save time when inputting the query statement, and it is recommended to use it frequently during development. D. The select statement can retrieve multiple rows of data at once, not just a single row. 2. The keyword used to specify the query conditions in the select statement is C. A. While. B. Group by. C. where. D. Having. 3. Assuming the student table has a name field, and we want to query all students with the last name Wang, and whose name is composed of 3 characters, the SQL statement that fulfills this requirement is A. Select multiplied by from student where name like Wang. B. Select multiplied by from student where name like Wang %. C. Select multiplied by from student where name like Wang %. D. Select multiplied by from student where name equals Wang. 4. Given the user's table with the age and count fields, both of which are of the int data type, and the following data. U001 18 60. The output result of executing select age plus count from users where ID equals U1 minute would be C. A. An error will occur at runtime. B. 1860. C. 78. D. 18 plus 60. In this class, we introduced the first part of how to use the select statement to perform single table queries. We hope that all of you can understand and master them well. Thank you, everyone.